Moving to Kentucky was kind of interesting because Kentucky, while having a glorious history as Goodwill opening, as you're celebrating 100 years ago, but somewhere around 50 years in, I guess, in the late 60s, early 70s, I say it stumbled. I was looking at an organization that was troubled. Indeed, calls from colleagues around the country said, "You're leaving Port Huron to go where?" Because many people thought the Goodwill Industries of Kentucky wasn't going to survive. And we went to our existing stores and we started telling people donations were welcome. At that period, actually, if you were driven up to a Goodwill store, they'd tell you they couldn't take your donation. They would make you go put it in a donation box or take it to a warehouse, but they wouldn't take it through the store. Frankly, it worked. And people just started flocking in to sell things. We put them on the racks and we sold them right from that point. And it became economically viable virtually in days. We call ourselves Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, so we decided we should try to be that. We expanded to Lexington. At the initial point, we did have a location functioning in Lebanon, Kentucky. It was Louisville and Lebanon. We were starting to gain a little bit of economic strength. Within a few years, Lexington revenue was larger than the Louisville base. 90s through the early 2000s, we would roll out a couple stores a year, and we ended up, when I retired, I think we had 63. So that's kind of how it built. I was really proud of the services we brought and the dignity we brought to the people with disabilities. We were up at I would think 90% people with disabilities or disadvantages in the whole donate goods program. Some of our stores were 100%. So I was pretty proud of that. When I joined Goodwill, I went to a national conference and they had a program on how to get through the financial hard times. Remember I told you that a lot of Goodwills were having trouble. And over 2/3 of Goodwills were still run by ministers. I'm a freshly minted MBA, and I go to this meeting, and these two ministers are up there, and they're talking to us and giving all us young people some idea. We didn't get any good technical tools or anything. We got stories of like, I couldn't meet payroll, and lo and behold, a secondhand equipment dealer came in and I sold him my desk. Now, I think there's one minister left heading a Goodwill of 160 some Goodwills. That kind of represents the full change. Goodwill is going down the road since I retired of focusing on a population, and I think they made a brave move in focusing on people coming out of prison and being interactive with our justice system. I really appreciate it as moving in the right direction. The idea of a wraparound service, because frankly, a lot of disadvantaged people who find themselves interacting with the legal system need more than, some good counseling. So I'm pleased with what I'm seeing happen with Goodwill.